Hey, Ramblers, before we kick off today's episode, thank you for even taking the time to listen to the podcast. We appreciate it. If you love the podcast, toss your 2 cents in using the hashtag Let's Ramble and make sure you hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on all the latest content and updates. Visit us at our new website at offsource.tech and make sure to follow us across all social platforms at Assistance HQ. Now let's ramble. And now, a moment from our sponsor. Welcome back, Ramblers, to another wonderful episode of The Ramblings. I'm your host, Angelo Roberts, and as normal, you guys are in for another amazing episode. And the only reason I like to lead off with that you guys are in for another amazing episode is because my goal is to have this episode be better, or at least bring you more value than the last episode. Something new. I won't even say better. I won't even say more. But just another one, just like DJ Khaled says, another one. So we're back to normal schedule things. It's 6:41 in the morning, and it feels absolutely amazing to be fully functioning and ready to go. So I've been up since 5 o'clock officially, 5:10, I think, maybe 5:05. So today's been a pretty active day. I'm anticipating this week to be a great week. I am putting my pedal to the metal. I am going hard. Like, I've seen a lot of increase in my podcast, especially since the Toshima episode interview. She blew it out the water. That great interview, great streaming numbers, makes you feel good. And I like to take pride in the small things. One stream, one listen, one view, one comment. I think that is the most important number when you are starting out as a YouTuber, as an artist, as a podcaster, as a business owner, as whatever you do. I think the most important number is one. And until the number one loses value, and not monetary value, but emotional value, the emotions behind completing a sale need to dissipate at some point. When you go through the client process, as I do, at some point, completing the client process is now an expectation instead of something that is an excitable point. So when you first start out in business, every single client you get is extremely important. And every single client you get after that, and maintaining, no matter how big your business is, every client is important. However, there are still levels of priorities in any business. And so as you continue to grow, those priorities shift. So you may have taken a discount. Early in your career, you may have taken discounted work. And now that you have, air quotes, perfected your craft, you're charging more. Or even if you're not charging more, you're not accepting any discounts. You're not going to shave the price off. And so someone might come to you and say, listen, I can do your shaved price if you shave the price off of me. At some point, you have to get to a level of, okay, I'm not going to shave that price. It's not worth it for me. Now, if you have a product or something like that, I always implore you that if someone approaches you personally and says, listen, I like your product or service, and I can't afford it. If you are in position to do so, I am a full believer in giving them your product for free or your service, 100%. If you were walking, right? If you owned sealed pens, right? This is a nice pen. I don't know where I got the pen from. I probably nipped it off my dad or something like that, or from school. But you see this pen? This is a nice pen. If I had this pen and wanted to sell this pen, nice pen, costs $10 for a pen, right? So I'm going to sell this pen for $10. However, if I am making good money selling these $10 pens, and someone comes up to me and says, listen, man, I really want one of your pens. And it doesn't have to be that exact kind of situation, but please use your your context clues, because a lot of you love to take things out of context. And that is what irks me. Like, as I grow, I think one of the things I will have to do is learn restraint, because the truth is not everything needs a response. Because I can very much see myself, during my time of my peak. I'm not going to say fame, because I may not get fame, but if I have a small following that knows me, and I say there is call for media attention for certain items that or certain actions that I do, right? Don't twist what I say or do, because that blows a gasket in my system for some reason. Like, if you tell me that I did something that I didn't do, or try to make it seem like I said something that I didn't say, that really blows my mind, because it will irk like it really makes me just want to go off and speak and say things. So, and I can articulate myself pretty well when I'm upset. So it wouldn't be a cake show. No, 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 sir, no, sir, no, sir. So you just you just have to be a visionary. You have to have a vision for your business. So if you down the line aren't able to give out, a free product or a free trial of your service because they asked, because this person is probably been following you and like to work with you on some form. I am a firm believer in connecting with your core fan base. And it just has to do with evolving your business and you and yourself as a person. You feel me? So you have to be a visionary for yourself and for your business, because one, your business doesn't think by itself. You can put in processes and systems so it can automate itself and run solo, independently from you. However, it cannot make decision. It has to have somebody at the helm making decisions. So as a business owner, not necessarily an entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur is someone who we're going to classify it like anyone is a hustler, someone that hustles for their money. It doesn't matter what you're doing. A business owner, someone that owns a business. So as a business owner, speaking to the people that own businesses, and not only to just business owners, but to the big office managers, the independent office leaders, those people very close, like, to being a CEO. When you're the head of your own particular office, or you're the partner in this office of this city, those carry CEO like leadership responsibilities. So you have to be a visionary, you have to be patient, dedicated. And I think for new business owners, one of the most important things that comes with being a visionary is sculpting that vision as an either a new entrepreneur or a young entrepreneur, business owner alike, whatever, professional. And the reason I say young or new is because new refers to age, not matter. Young refers to youth. So in the youth of being an entrepreneur, go out and find as many different things, tap into as many different sources, as to as many different outlets, to as many different um anything that you can tap into it. You have to, in order to be successful, and this is for new entrepreneurs as well as young entrepreneurs, because welcome welcome to this game that is the life of an entrepreneur. you know when people think of an artist and they think of the struggles it takes to be an artist, where basically the image of being an artist or a starving artist is that your parents don't agree with what you do, but it's your passion. So you want to pursue your passion, and you are willing to couch surf, sleep from house to house, stay in a shelter, live in a car, do whatever it means to live and follow your dream, because you have the time and you understand, I can do this right now. I'm not going to care what people think. That's why you don't mind couch surfing and living out of your car or traveling on a bus, and everything, because you want your dream that bad. There's nothing wrong with that. and you don't care about what other people think, which is you already have a start if that's the case. If you are someone that's an artist and you are living on your own, making your own way, working bummy jobs, living out of your car, homeless, traveling, whatever it is that you are doing to live your dream, you are already a leg up because you are doing it because one, it didn't hold you back. The judgment from other people didn't hold you back. Now, that's not to say everybody had to have that, you know, obstacle. Some people may be doing what they want because they have the support to do what they want, and that is completely fine as well. And if you're in that position, if you're doing what you want and what you love to do because you have people that support that, regardless of whatever the circumstances that were happening beforehand, then you're in luck for that. That is a privilege. And I want to do a podcast episode on privilege because I don't think enough people realize what privilege really is because everybody has privilege. We as Black people refer to white privilege all the time because it's true, it's there. However, when you're looking at your own personal life and you're saying, well, you didn't get somewhere because someone else has white privilege, I can look at you and say you're wrong. You did not get there because it's not because of the white privilege or racism in that particular sense, but because you didn't have what it took to overcome. Now it's going to sound absolutely wild, absolutely preposterous, absolutely mind-blowing after I say this, but you have to I want you to really pause and understand what I'm trying to say and the words that I'm articulating on this podcast right now. You did not have what it takes to overcome. If you understand what systematic oppression is and how we are systematically oppressed, and the understanding that there are ways to one, break the system, change, or make it out. There are ways to make it out because we have seen ways to make it out. You have to overcome. That is why the words to a song are "We shall overcome." Now, when you really take into the thought of "We shall overcome," what are you overcoming? I'm not going to answer that. I want you to think, what are you overcoming? What are they singing about overcoming? What is their situation in which they're singing that song to overcome? What are they trying to overcome? Now, let me ask you, what is your goal? Your goal should be to overcome. Just let me say that your goal should be to overcome. No other words about it. Think. If you are trying to pursue something, explain to me in the age of 2020 how you can't find a way to make that happen. Now, I'm going to give you an extremely terrible scenario, but an extremely realistic scenario in which somebody makes it out. Because there's always a story. You cannot tell me a scenario in which someone did not make it unless they died. Which obviously that doesn't count as something that we can count because that person died. What's going on, Ramblers? I don't mean to interrupt today's podcast, but we have a quick mid-roll from our sponsors. So, given the privilege of good health and living, because that's a privilege too, because you have to think of it like this. If you have the same 24 hours in a day, you are going to say that privilege exists because privilege does exist. White privilege is a thing. Look it up. You don't even have to look it up. Look out your window. White privilege is a thing. What we don't talk about in the business community amongst Black people, the urban culture, is that we have our own setbacks, our own stigmas. Some people say, "Oh, I can't start a business because I want to help black people, and black people don't want to give black people business, so I can't start a business." That's not true. Black people do give black people business. You just have to find them, one, and your business may not be as big, too. So in that situation, if your goal is to make a living off of black people and only working with black people, then you have to do a better job at fixing your story or fixing your narrative or changing your brand. Because here's the thing, black people buy things. It's not about black people don't buy black, they buy things. And so what you have to do is put your thing either in the forefront where the eyes are, or have a product that is so outstanding, a service that is so outstanding that people cannot help to but talk about it. Because the biggest thing that I hear is, oh, I'm not going to shop with, black people until customer service gets better. So if that is the stereotype and you want to work with black people, what do you think you should focus on when it comes to your business? Customer service? Yes. Why? Because if your customer has a problem with the customer service, as a small business, they know their worth. Think of this. The customer understands their worth. You have to understand their worth, because the reason that that people think, and this just came to me, the reason that people think that they can do business however they want to do business and talk however they want to talk and can have bad customer service and all of these other things, it is because they have the mindset of a large corporation with the revenue, works, and consistency of a small business. That doesn't work. Why can Walmart give terrible customer service, promise to give more customer service, and not do so? Why? Because they know their worth. Walmart knows their worth, and not worth as in they're worth billions of dollars. No, they understand their worth on a non-monetary, or it's a financial level, but a non-monetary value, if you will. It has to do with monetary value, but the number is arbitrary. It's based on the person that you're talking to. This is what I mean. Walmart knows that if they screwed you over, right? Say they sold you a faulty product and they screwed you over. You could say, I will never shop at Walmart again. Will Walmart care? No. You know what? You know how I know? The person working at Walmart doesn't care. So let's put it like that. Walmart won't even know about it. That's how little and unimportant in this particular situation you are. Walmart won't even bat an eye because they won't know about it. They won't know. However, if you go to a mom and pop shop, you go to your local corner store, and you say, "Hey man, let me get chips." And they're like, "Well, it's a 50-cent charge if you want to use your debit card, because you know how if you go to the corner store or something, they charge you to use your card." Baloney. Anyway, so you might say, "Oh, whoa, I don't want to pay 50 cents for this. I can go across the street to, Stop and Shop and pay an extra 10 cents for the item, but I can use my card and not have to worry about it. So I still save 40 cents from you." You now have you now have a moment in time as a business owner to either complete that transaction or lose the entire sale to your competitor. You know that you need that money. Walmart does not need that sale. That is the difference. So when you have the attitude of, I can lose this sale, there's an effect, a large effect in which they can handle. So, if this one person was so dissatisfied that they stood outside of Walmart and and deterred one out of every 10 people from entering, and Walmart took a 10,000 person loss, Walmart would still see profits and still be 100% profitable and be 100% fine. However, if someone stood outside of your business or went on social media and tried to deter your business, and one out of every 10 people were turned away, that would drop you significantly. One out of every 10 people would drop you significantly. And guess what? That's to say for even getting 1 out of 10. Feel me? So if you have a smaller fan base, they might deter because it's easier, because not as many. It's like if you went to Walmart and someone says, "Oh, I had a bad experience at Walmart. I'm not gonna go to Walmart." You shouldn't go to Walmart either. Okay, it's Walmart. I expect that at this point. Who cares? You're gonna go back in a week or a month. You're not gonna officially stop at shopping at Walmart. I mean, some people have, some people will. Some people say it and just don't do it. However, that's because they know Walmart doesn't care. They know that they will still keep going. Walmart will be there next week. As a customer, if I'm angry at you and I try to take business away from you by saying, yo, don't go there, and you're a small business, this is how the situation plays out. If you were a hair braider and you're not, you know, Supercuts. Supercuts can afford to lose to people like that. You, as a small hair time braider, cannot. So if someone deterred your clients from you, your name would plummet so fast because someone said, "Oh, I got my hair done and they gave me bad customer service." Guess what? That person will not hit you up now. And not only will that person not hit you up, you can meet that person and offer your services to them. And because of what they heard from somebody else, they will be wary to deal with you. So you have to understand the worth of your customer, but you have to understand the worth of yourself, which is why I said Walmart understands their worth, which is why they don't care about certain customers. They're saying, "Oh, I'm not going to shop there." That's fine. Walmart knows their worth. Walmart knows that as much as you can hate me, you need me. Think about that. Where do most people go shopping and why? You can go to Stop and Shop is around the corner from my house. Why would I prefer to go to Walmart? Because of pricing, because of the items, like the large range of items. I can get toys, clothes, food, electronics. I can get so many different things all in one place for a cheap price. And so when you take a Walmart and put it in the hood, that's why it's so good. Why do you think they have amazing customer services in white areas? Why? One, Black people are only 13% of the population, 44 million out of 325 million. And then you have to take out children and incarcerated. So if I had to take a guess, that's like 50% of the population probably. So 20 million Black people, right? You can afford to lose 20 million customers technically. Probably. However, what you can't afford is to have the areas where people spend two, three, $400 per trip having bad customer service. You have to think about that. Walmart doesn't see it as a black white kind of thing, even though it is a black and white thing. And they may say it's not a black and white thing. It is a black and white thing, and it is racist. It is discriminatory. But it also is just how it is. They're looking at us not only as black or white people, primarily, they are looking at us as a dollar number. So if they looked at a store and they totaled up the amount of customers that that store had with the amount of revenue it brought in, we can basically say that this store had X amount of dollars per customer. However, if you go across the bridge to the other area, it has the exact same amount of revenue with less people. So that tells you that these people spend way more money than these people. So we want to make these people happy. These people are going to buy from us anyway because they need to buy from us. So they've like if you think of an algorithm and you think, okay, the algorithm says all of these people right here, basically are broke. The people that live in this area are broke because we have a lot of people coming to this store and not that much revenue for a lot of people. This store, however, has the same amount of revenue as the store A, but not as many people. Meaning the people over here, they shop more. What does that mean? The people that go to this Walmart in this area, the area of this location, that's a terrible way to say it. The location of this Walmart is in an area in which people spend more money. So what am I going? I am going to focus and concentrate my efforts onto the people that have a greater buying power that will hopefully influence their other friends of great buying power to shop where they shop at. My Walmart. That's how it goes. I'm sorry. It's not right, but it's how it works. And so you have to overcome all of that long-winded stuff to go back around into a full, complete circle to say, you have to overcome. Did you try hard enough? Tyler Perry was once homeless. Now he has the largest Hollywood studio, I think. The large 300 acres. 300 acres. Think about that. A homeless black man went from homeless. Now I can see this right now. Let's see. When did Tyler Perry stop being homeless? Three months. 3 months. Okay, so 3 months he was homeless. And according to this, it's saying that he was poor, abused, homeless, and suicidal. So let's see his age. It says in his 20-year career. So Tyler Perry. Just Google it, right? Just some quick stuff, feel me? Tyler Perry is 50 years old and has been working since 1992. So he was born in 1969. So from 1969 to 79, 89, and some of 99, I think. No. Tyler Perry. So what did we say? 69 to 92. So yeah, 69, 79. So 79, 89 is 20. So 22 years. So if I went right now homeless for 3 months and then I had to start working, think about that. So basically, 22 years of your life can be messed up, and then you can continue on working for the next 20. So think of it like this. If you had an average normal 20 years, and then at the age of 20, say you got into some serious mess, right? Drugs. And then you did drugs for 10 years. And now you're 30, right? And then you get your stuff together and then you start your Tyler Perry path. And then you achieve the same amount of success as Tyler Perry did. So, I mean, yeah, if you think about it, he's been active since 1992. He was 22, which means he was homeless for 3 months. I mean, he probably started at like 30. Who knows? Like that when he really, really got started, because he started doing live plays. So all I'm saying is you have to overcome.
Hey Ramblers, before you go, make sure you're following us on social media at Assistance HQ across the board for all content and exclusives. And for an even more personal touch, subscribe to our weekly newsletter with the link in the description.